we're on.
We're on.
We're on.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, Gordon says the same. Hi, and yeah, Lon, thank you very much. We were a bit panicked because you guys were so chatty normally, and we thought nobody's out there.
Are we on?
Yeah, are we on? Is the network down? Is Gran Canaria cut down the internet? Yeah,
but we're here. We're here, but unfortunately, Luke.
Yep, we have more space.
We have more space this week, so. Carlos is still having some problem with his back.
Mafia.
The mafia have taken Carlos. The mafia have taken Carlos, so
he maybe will join us on the chat.
Yeah,
from an undisclosed
location. That's right.
Sex-Man, good day.
Hey man, how you doing?
And Paul is there. Hey. So all the normal people. This feels like, look at this. This is all admins now.
Oh,
Magical.
Yeah.
We should make admin. Yeah.
Mike
is here.
Can you guys see little like crowns which a king would wear next to your name in the chat? We can see it on some of you guys.
We try to figure out what this means.
What this is?
Yeah, this is something
with numbers, number 2 and number 3, because we can't find it.
Lon on our side, Lon has a crown with a number 2 behind.
Number 2 behind it.
Yeah.
Well, that's strange because Det also has a crown with number 2 beside it.
True. What the heck?
Oh,
Lon, I'm glad you made it. I'm also wrapped up to some crap. Never do this, my friend. Never do this. Yeah.
Okay,
thanks for referring to me as normal.
Thank you. So let's begin, eh? Shall we begin?
As you can disable apparently. Okay, I have to look inside it, Greg. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Dutch's here. Yeah, my friend.
Oh, Dutch. Is this the Dutch who was? There's 2 Dutchies. You say there's 2 Dutchies.
Didn't you have to watch? What was this? Some British Grand Prix. Yeah. Manticore said this.
That's just cars going round it. It's like scale electrics on a big scale.
Yeah.
No crown for you, Dutch, unfortunately. So let's begin with what's on the desk.
Okay.
Another camera.
I should grab a camera, yeah. Right. We have so much space now.
Yeah. You can see the top of it.
Wait, let me see. Handheld, right?
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about AM radio device? Yeah, there we go. That's the AM radio device. So, right. The first thing I just want to show you is this. I want to, I have to switch the music on. Just trying to project it over here. Give me one moment. There we go.
Land of the Brit 1.
So. Yeah, this is looking good. Right, let me just switch the radio on.
If we were on headphones, could...
There we go. So you can see we actually do have our own radio station. This does actually work. It sounds better with old music from the 60s and 70s. Yeah, so there's the radio thing, it works. I'll switch it off because of some copyright.
Oh yeah, true, copyright.
Copyright. I tried some rare Northern Soul again, hopefully you don't bitch about it. So yeah, this actually works. You can hear there, I can actually and affect the volume and everything. Okay. So it actually works and it sounds okay, to be quite honest. Yeah, Paul reminds me of the 70s as well. So,
but you need to show the people what the range is.
Oh, the range, yeah. The range of it. Watch. So that's the range.
Maybe 50 centimeters.
Yeah, so the range isn't great, but it works. It works and it sounds okay. So those who were saying that the modulation looked a bit crap, and it did, on the oscilloscope, it worked fine.
Lon says I made my own FM stereo transmitters about 15 years ago. It's still working, it runs all the time, it's running right now, but you're saying you can use this to repair things.
Yeah, yes, and I discussed this in the video. So I Detlef says he watched the video and he wasn't very clear about this. I wasn't very clear about this. So
I never learned anything.
No.
RF is
Yeah.
like magic for me.
yeah, it is some sort of voodoo.
Yeah.
So basically, you can use this as I was doing there to simulate a radio station. So I had this set on to about 1 megahertz, which that has the camera over there, and I had the radio tuned to 1 megahertz. So I've unplugged it now, but you see, I'm setting this to
If you set some frequency,
some
you
frequency
can
on here at
probably
1
produce it.
megahertz.
Do the search on this.
And can you
one,
look on
right?
this here?
Yeah.
Sorry. Look, it's set to 1008, so it's set to 1 megahertz. So I'm actually transmitting on the frequency that the radio is tuned to. But the beauty of this thing is that with a radio, I tried to explain this on paper, I'll try and do it again. So effectively, if you think about it, you've got the entire band, the frequency band, the AM band.
Tell them.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to understand
You
this
tried
this
to-
morning
yeah,
and
yeah,
I failed
yeah.
miserably.
So you have the entire AM band, and on there are radio stations on different frequencies, okay? So coming in through the antenna is all these frequencies, all these radio stations, this whole band of information. And this, effectively, in the radio, you have a local oscillator. So the circuit's called a super heterodyne. How about that?
Oh, I heard this.
That sounded like science fiction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
super
always thought this
heterodyne.
would be some alien race or something.
Yeah.
The heterodynes.
The heterodyne.
They're invading! Run!
The super ones.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, Paul, we'll talk about AM being discontinued, the mate, all 5. So anyway, so if you have a local oscillator, which is just a sine wave generator, and you feed that into what's called a mixer circuit, you have all your radio frequencies coming in, and you have your local oscillator frequency coming in. And coming out of the mixer, it's all the radio frequencies. They just pass straight through. The local oscillator frequency, which is one frequency. And then you have the sum of every radio station plus the local oscillator. So they're shoved up by whatever frequency your local oscillator is. And then you have the difference between every radio frequency, every radio station, shall we say, and the local oscillator. So they're all there, all the frequencies are there, all the sums, all the differences, all the original radio stations and the local oscillator. And what you do is then, you feed all that into a notch filter, which is an amplifier, which is a very, very narrow input. And the input they choose is 465 kilohertz. So whatever radio station happens to be 465 kilohertz difference, usually it's lower because the oscillator's higher. So whatever radio station is 465 kilohertz lower than whatever your local oscillator is, that goes through the intermediate frequency amplifier, the notch filter. All the other radio stations are rejected. So by changing the frequency of the local oscillator, you can change the radio station you select. And that's how it's done. And the reason they do it that way is because it's very easy to make an amplifier which amplifies one frequency only. Yeah.
Everybody understood that?
Everyone understand
There
that?
will be a test at the end.
There will
You
be a
know that,
test,
right?
Yeah.
Paul asked, where are dipole antennas useful?
Oh, I'm not a radio expert, dipole antennas.
Dipole, sorry.
Dipole. Yeah, so anyway, what you can do with this is, if your radio isn't working, you can set the frequency of this on the dial, on here, to 465 kilohertz, yeah?
Oh, this is why this is marked out.
Yeah, so you set this to 465,
Clever.
and you inject the signal from here into the first stage of the IF, the amplifiers, which only amplify that frequency, 465. If you modulate that signal with music or audio, that will go through the amplifier. So you're bypassing all the mixer, the RF input, everything else. Effectively, you're putting a radio station, your own radio station, on the same frequency which the IF, that notch filter, accepts.
Lon asked, so Richard, you're saying that you would take the signal and inject it into the circuit and do some kind of tracing for diagnostic purposes?
Yeah, okay, paper.
Paper.
One moment, paper.
Rich is in explain mode today.
Paper.
Yeah, I see some radio people here. Mantico says I was a pirate in the 70s and 80s. Had a MW70
Medium wave.
TX.
Medium wave transmitter, that is. Okay, choose on the
I thought megawatt.
overhead camera. What was that one?
This probably is better for because I'm closer.
Okay, so I'll do this on the video. But basically, antenna, mix, local oscillator, LO. Yeah,
It's a horrible pen.
it's horrible. Yeah, it does. I'll try to do it lightly. Yeah, and then coming out of this mixer, imagine like the radio signal comes in. So this is amp. This is the strength of the signal. This is frequency. Yeah, and on here you'll have like, I could draw them like this. Lots of radio stations. Yeah, each transmitting on a different frequency. Yeah.
Dicky Cat Live.
Here I have 6 radio stations. So coming out of this mixer, 1 is all of the 6 radio stations that are in the band. 2 is whatever frequency the local oscillator on, which is normally somewhere higher up here, and that's 1 frequency. Yeah. 3 is the sum of this plus that. So imagine that as kind of like local oscillators there, so the sum is up here somewhere, yeah? 6 radio stations, which are now shoved up in frequency. And the other thing that comes out is the difference between the two. And the difference, let's just draw it. Yeah. This is your LO, local oscillator, yeah? So it subtracts the difference from there, and your radio stations are kind of like here. Okay? And what you do with that, you feed that into this IF amp. And this is what's called a notch filter. So this only accepts the signal 465 kilohertz. It doesn't have to be 465, that's just the one they chose to use, yeah? So coming out of here is whatever station happens to be 465 kilohertz less than that. And if you move this up or down, change the frequency, it selects different stations. But only the one that's on 465 kilohertz less than that will come through. So coming through here now is 1 radio station. Well, that makes sense to you guys. It's one of these you need to get your head around. And then that IF amplifier, you don't just have one, you have a chain of them. So you have the first stage, another stage which amplifies the output of that one, and another stage which amplifies the output of that one. And if like each one of these is tunable to that frequency, 465, 465, 465. And if one of them is out of tuning because the capacitor's gone bad or somebody's been twiddling with all the adjustments.
This would be me.
This would be you. So, so the first one will amplify the 465 kilohertz coming out of it. If this is tuned to the wrong frequency, like 500, nothing will come through because it hasn't got 500 coming in, it's got 465 coming in. So what I mean, the notch is in the wrong place. Yeah. So what this thing...
So this is a stacked notch.
It's a stacked notch, yeah. Each one has to be the same notch. If one of these is wrong, then the output of this will be in one notch here, but that's expecting the input to be in another notch here. Yeah, so they have to be all lined up. So what you can do with this, you set this to 465 and you inject the signal into the last stage. Yeah, do you hear any sound? If you don't, you can adjust that or whatever you need to do to repair it. Once you've got audio coming out of that, you then inject the 465 into here to hear audio coming out. You just work your way backwards.
Paul asked, are deep dipoles, sorry, okay for broadcast TV? Swarm intelligence. Gordon, my brain just got notched.
Yeah.
Ask me. I get this explanation a second time now, and I still don't get it.
Okay. Yeah. The other thing is, guys, the only thing with this, I mean, okay, AM radio. So somebody said AM radio is dead. It certainly seems to be in the UK and a lot of Europe. But there are certain countries where AM radio is used a lot. Canada's one, because somebody told me that. It's one of you guys told me that, Canada. But the thing with AM radio station, medium wave and long wave, is it can transmit for a very long distance, hundreds or thousands of miles. Long wave in particular can pretty much go halfway around the world, yeah. So there are some countries where the infrastructure is such that AM radio on low frequencies is useful. Imagine, I say Canada, half of it's full of forest and some icebergs, yeah. Siberia.
Grizzly bears.
Yeah, grizzly bear. Yeah, Siberia. There must be a lot of areas in the world which are fairly sparsely populated. So FM radio only goes a short distance, 20 or 30 miles.
How's this in your country? Paul
Yeah,
says
yeah.
AM is used for traffic advising. Okay.
Yeah, AM would be used for traffic
Aircraft
advice.
frequencies. Oh.
One thing is you can't block another. Yeah, air traffic. Yeah, I'll go along with that. Traffic advising because you can transmit from very long distances. I mean, an AM transmitter on the medium wave can cover most of the UK. Remember, Radio 1 in the UK used to be on whatever, you can't remember what frequency now. But when it went to FM, there was lots of transmitters in different places around the UK because each one could only go maybe 50 miles or so and use a huge amount of power to do it. Yeah. So, I mean, these days, a lot of this kind of thing, it's kind of a bit academic for a lot of us, but for people who want to restore and work on old valve radios or old transistor radios from the 60s, and people are collecting these things, then that is a useful little tool without spending a lot of money. It's good enough, that's the word, yeah. It's good enough to do the job. Yeah.
Lon says, I would say AM radio stations are still prevalent in the United States, most used for talk radio. Travel around and AM radio seems to be everywhere. FM can go, Dutch says, FM can go far when you put loads of power behind it.
Of course.
Yeah. Lon says, but possibly not as many stations as it used to be in the 70s, of course.
And this thing with FM, it's not so much the FM that doesn't have the distance. It's the fact that what we call FM is on, 80 to 105 megahertz or something. Whatever it is, the higher the frequency, the shorter distance it will go.
Yeah. Julio says, my first radio build was an all-American AM tube radio. All-American references a set of tubes. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
And Paul, germanium diodes are good.
Germanium.
Come on.
Germanium.
I can say germanium.
I expect it's named after the country, which is where the scientists discovered the stuff.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, germanium.
Must be something. Yeah, Germans are crazy. Yeah.
It's interesting actually because you get germanium and francium. There's another radio. There's a francium.
Really?
There's quite a few, but there's none of them named after one in Britain. Yeah, 8808 megahertz.
Is that Trumpium?
There probably will be a Trumpium.
He's probably working on that.
Yeah, but because they can't pronounce aluminium, we got Trumpum, won't we?
Yeah, probably.
Trumpum. Trumpum.
Wait, there's a question. So, Richard, you're going to have some opportunities for practical demonstration on how to use this transmitter for diagnostic purposes?
If I get any radios to repair, okay, so down at the car boot sale, we regularly see old vacuum tube or transistor radios from the 60s and 50s and earlier. And they're there, and I can probably get my hands on them. I mean, I was actually trained when I did my City and Guilds, which is like a, what do you call these things? It's not an academic thing. It's like a, it's not like a university course. It's vocational training. Yeah, it means you're taught to do a certain job, like electronic repairs. So when I did that in the 80s, there was still valve equipment around, and therefore I was trained to do both. So it was a 1 year full-time course, and for about 6 weeks we did valves.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm trained to do it. I just haven't done it for a long time. Okay, let me have a look.
Yeah. Seabold just says airband starts as 108 kilohertz, megahertz up. So this would be then what the people in the airplanes use. Okay.
Airband, that must be above the FM radio band.
Yeah.
Yeah. One radio station, 50,000 watt transmitter, but uses directional antennas, so it only transmits in one direction. Is that because it's on the coast, so the sea's behind it?
Oh, something on the sea, of course, because the range is longer. Yeah, you probably can do it.
Okay, I'm thinking of getting the FM version of this as well, the AM, FM, and shortwave one. Will I have a play with that, guys? Did you see me trying to use this with an oscilloscope? Shall we try with an oscilloscope?
Yeah,
what it does. Let's do it.
Dutch, you said something about a radio channel. Do you still have this radio channel? If you have the radio channel, put it in the chat thing down there so everybody can listen in. Oh, don't break this. Okay, we'll leave this in there. Don't touch around the system.
When I actually, the first year or two when I moved here, I was actually offered a radio station if I wanted to take it on. But at the time I didn't.
You want to have one of these?
Yeah, just give us a scope. That's any old,
I mean,
any old scope will do.
there are some scopes flying around here, so no shortage of scopes.
Right.
Okay, we have 3 now. I think this is fine.
So this is the thing I was doing. Let's have a scope. Let's have a,
I'll bring you in, guys.
let's have a scope.
And out there we go.
So I need to put my music back into this. I found this always sounds good with old music, by the way, for some reason. I need to get my.
Gordon says, "Can you not make one a radio, or what do you want to do, Gordon?" Oh, George doesn't has a radio channel anymore. So,
I was offered a radio station but didn't take it on. The guy moved.
Magical. Many think AM to mean long, medium, shortwave, but AM is just a modulation.
Correct.
Aircraft band 108 till 1367 MHz. Also uses AM, but on VHF frequencies. Okay, so
Yeah, and CB radio was AM
okay.
or FM. The American was AM, and that was on 27 megahertz.
He says, did my radio M license a few years ago, but in the UK, but I've forgotten most of it. Need to get back into it. Okay. I mean, to me, this is all very academic, because I always think, okay, if you want to talk to somebody, I send text them.
Yeah, exactly.
Or her. I see the fascination there because of the weirdness. Somebody said something about this video that you can send over some long wave or something. This I found pretty much interesting.
Okay, I need to find the. Oh,
Richard should put what we call a cigar on that test transmitter. I have 30 watts from it coming out.
right, I'll need
Radio
to.
is great, no third party involved. Okay, true.
I need to. I need a clip with one moment. I need.
Yeah, see, this is when Carlos is missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crocodile clip. What you got to see what we get.
Crocodile Rock. I know this one.
Oh, Crocodile Rock.
We're playing this one.
Crocodile rocking is something shocking when your feet just can't stay still.
Yep. That's one of the lyrics.
Some of the lyrics. Elton John. Okay, so we'll switch it on. Can we get a waveform out of it?
Carlos texted us today, and he's not very good. But no, I shouldn't talk about this. If are you online, Carlos? Are you with us?
I
don't think he is. So he probably still asleep.
Oscilloscope. Do you have something coming out of this thing?
He's probably reading this. Yeah. Get well, Carlos. So everybody put this in chat, please.
×1. Let's put the ×1 probe. So I have this set to 1.6. I'll flip it to 1 megahertz. Okay. Vertical.
When Rick learned to read Chinese.
Oh.
You know, our friend Google knows all this stuff.
Sorry, I'm not used to using
Monza. This is a new name. I never heard this before. Hello.
I don't seem to have anything coming out of that.
Is a light on? Let me see. First diagnostics.
It's switched on. It's set the transmitter on 1 megahertz.
You put up both there. Should be something coming out there too.
I have channel 1 set. I have it set to like, let's turn it down to like 50 millivolts or something. 50 millivolts.
Isn't there an auto button?
Is there an auto button on this one?
With this,
auto.
With this time frame, you never see anything.
Auto.
Auto?
I pressed the auto button.
Okay. I never played. There was a. You're in the right port. Is there a chance to put this into the wrong port? On top of this?
So my.
Okay, something's happening. Oh, this was you fiddling around with the cables.
No, I don't have. This is the RF level.
We should put out some.
What is it?
Some carrier.
A
Right?
frequent carrier, yeah. I don't see anything.
There's something happening when you turn this.
Is there something happening?
Look at the scope.
No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I don't know, guys. I'm skipping. This is like it's when you're live, isn't it?
Ice cast. Dutch, isn't this something that back in the days when Winamp was a thing? I think I remember this.
What's
This
that?
is so long ago. We were talking about internet radio stations.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
An ice cast server.
Ice
Oof.
card.
Yeah.
No, I don't. This doesn't. Something I don't particularly recall. Okay, we get another oscilloscope, another scope probe. Why does nothing ever work when you're live? It's like.
Oh, look at this! You have a clip-on thing there. You can use a clip-on thing.
I'm going to use the clip.
There's a clip-on.
I don't know, I've got this now. Now can you click this on as well? Right, we have a
Ron
scope.
says that is injecting a frequency into a circuit for diagnostic purposes safer than injecting voltage in certain circumstances.
In what respect is
I
it?
never thought of this, mate.
Injecting a what, sir?
Injecting a voltage, or you mean injecting current? This is a good question.
What was the question?
I have to ponder this. Injecting a frequency into a circuit for diagnostic purposes safer than injecting a voltage.
Are we talking about with
current.
powered devices or not powered? Just circuits? Or what are we talking?
I test things. First stream here for me. Hey, I test things. Welcome to the stream.
Hey.
Yeah.
You welcome to the chaos, which is.
You wanted to do that.
Welcome to the chaos.
Maybe we killed it.
Maybe we killed
There's
something.
a big outer button. I see the big outer button.
Where's the big? This one here.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, we have something now. That's supposed to be like a sine wave. Yeah, I got something a bit like this before. Then I can change the frequency.
Ooh. Do you have the modulation already on?
Do I have the modulation already on? Yes, probably.
Ooh. Okay, this
Modulation's off now.
Okay, the scope really doesn't like this one. Ooh.
Can I now change the time base down? I want to make it with this one. I want to make it kind of like not move. How do we get into this one? Don't you just hate having all the different ways your scopes work? So
Yes, I'm always saying this. Yeah.
So you think, like, how do I change the? And it's not touch one like the other one is. How do we get into select? Ah, right. So we have a trigger. No. I didn't. Right. So we have a waveform.
Okay.
There.
It's your fault, chat, because you made Richard do this. Yeah, messy signal. I thought the same. Maybe we're in the at the limit of the little scopy thing.
Yeah.
Which frequency? 1,000.
I'm at 1 megahertz. I
One
can
meg,
change up or
okay.
down. Yeah, I mean.
Bring it down. Let's see if the waveform looks better.
450.
I think.
Now switch the modulation on. I'll just make sure the PC is still running, sending some sound into that. Yes, it is. Yeah. So.
There's your thing.
Yeah, but why is it that shape? I mean, that's.
Dan Blankenship says the center jack is audio output.
Yeah. Yes, the sensor jack is audio output. The sensor jack is audio output. But I mean, that should be like. If I turn the modulation all the way down, that should be a carrier wave. And it's not. It's like all.
Boobly.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not a good scope.
Okay, guys, we've wasted plenty enough time messing with that today.
I mean, you tried 3 of them on the bench scopes, right?
Yeah. I found my analog scope could handle it quite well. This one was not doing too bad at all, but my bench scope was giving some very strange results for the modulation. Like the frequency was breaking up and there was gaps in it and stuff like that.
Dan, I think the output of the thing is just without any input coming signal should be sine wave.
Yes. Should be a sine wave.
Chris, when we zoomed in, you saw all the little squiggly bits around the sine curve.
Yes.
That didn't look very, very good.
No, and I saw the same on my analog scope as well. I didn't see that squiggly thing.
See, you need a new scope.
Oh, yes, we do. Not this time. We are. Yeah, you want. Right, let me make a bit of space and we'll play with something else. Let's play with something else. Just 1 moment. I need room.
Let me try to help you.
Yeah, there's
something in there.
On Monday mornings here, it's always chaotic because there's stuff everywhere, and I have to tidy it all back up again. Okay, switch that off.
Probably need that.
Yeah. And then Monday I'll We have this.
Oh, we have this. Okay, we go there.
So depth.
Thomas, wait. Let me show the guys first that what we got there.
Oh, total harmonic distortion meter. That's something I don't embedded on these. That's something I don't have actually. Perhaps I should look at that. Yeah, this thing.
Look at what we got fancy from China. It has a multiple outputs. How do you say this?
It's like a not exactly an extension, is it?
Yeah, it's an extension. Yeah.
Kind of. It's like it has 3 outputs, so you plug this into the wall.
Spectrum analyzer. True, Thomas. We should see on the spectrum analyzer. We should see the
yeah,
thing walking up and down.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we should do. We should do. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do actually.
Yeah. And it has the fancy thing. Show them the faceplate with it. And it was, I don't know, $4 or something. So yes, I'm totally aware that these things can kill you, and this is what I'd say. Gordon, absolutely fire risk. Let's have a look inside.
Well, that's the theory.
Yeah, let's have a look inside how bad, good, whatever this is working.
Well, first of all, I don't see why this is any more dangerous than a wall wart USB phone charger.
Well, the whole thing costs $4 or something. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So the problem with this, I don't know if I can get into it. Yeah, but it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't.
But you see, the problem with it, if you look down those holes there,
Yeah. Tricky without lights.
this has those Isle of Man screws.
What the? Oh, these.
The ones with 3 legs on. If anybody, you guys will know what I mean by Isle of Man screws.
Crud. Looks like a Triskele.
But I might be able to get down there with something like a flat blade screwdriver and actually get a grip.
No risk, no fun. Yes.
Yeah, otherwise you have to hit it with something to break it. Oh!
We got contact.
I've defeated the high security screws. Those things. Can you show those guys this thing?
Let me see if I can get in close enough.
Is it just me who calls this an Isle of Man screw?
I call this crap. I hate these.
You've seen the symbol for the Isle of Man, guys? It's like a 3-legged thing. Like a 3-legged shuriken or something. So Isle of Man screws, yeah. Big Clive will know all about these. I think, I don't know guys, you can tell me this, are electronics YouTubers, is there just Big Clive and myself who live on islands? And Detlef obviously in Cornwall.
But I don't do anything anymore. Except being the weekly cameo at your thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to publish the video as a display.
It's ready to go. It's ready to go. So it'll go in the next couple of days. Flat blade screwdriver.
Oh, I watched the teaser of Project Hail Mary. Chat out there. Who read or listened to Project Hail Mary by the guy who wrote The Martian? Andy Weir. I watched the teaser of this, and I don't think this will be good.
There's also a new version of Police Squad coming out.
Yep, with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
I really hope they're not. Yeah, so security screws.
Security screws are defeated.
Graham read it. What do you think, Graham?
Yeah, Manticore, so much for it.
Really love this book. Okay, big reveal. Ta -ta -ta -ta.
Well, that's like one thing.
What the heck? Is Earth connected?
Ground. Come on, this is an EU one.
Well,
Well, yes, there is a ground. that we have a power switch here.
Yeah, can't wait to see Rocky. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Yeah.
So the power switch is under here. So we have 2 red wires going to the power switch.
Oh, they're switching mains with that. Okay.
Yeah. That seems to be. That seems. No, I don't think they are switching. No, they're not switching the mains. The mains itself. Oh, this comes out.
Oh, nice.
Now we have it here. So AC. You can't call them live neutral because they're going the other way around. And ground. Okay. So the ground passes through. Well, certainly goes to this socket.
This isn't as horrible as I thought.
The ground goes through to that one. Oh, look, I think there's no ground on this one.
This is what I was saying.
Oh, no. This ground here is soldered to there. And that ground is soldered. What? Because...
Okay, time for measurement.
Multimeter.
You got all the multimeters on the other
I'll
table.
get the multimeter. This is... yeah. This is... no, I'm sure the grounds must be connected together.
Well, it should be, you mean?
Well, you would technically expect that to be the case, wouldn't you?
Well, it's China, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you have ground in China, you know? Just press range until you get to... what was it?
You're the right thing.
No, it's select you press, that's it.
Ah, okay. We got a beep.
We got a bleep like that. You have that. So let's see. So this ground clip here connects to that one.
I like this.
Connects to this one.
Okay. Not that bad.
And let's just keep connection in there. Yeah. So all the grounds.
Now the important question: does it connect it to the?
What ground on here?
Yeah. Okay, it does. Okay.
So all the grounds connect. The ground circuit is connected.
Okay, 5 points for ground connection.
And then we have what's going into this thing here. We have 2 red wires.
Oh, they even have slots in there. You know, I think this isn't that bad. Okay, can we remove the PCB?
We can remove. Yeah. So this switches the power to the PCB. It doesn't switch these. These are permanently connected. So all this, the pass-throughs, they are permanently connected. This switch, all this does is connects the power to the PCB. And what's on the PCB?
I mean, I don't expect anything fancy. It's like
Well, it's going to be a little...
like PD or something.
Where's a little switch mode?
Yeah, it must be.
It must be a little switch mode.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing. Would be guessing there. Yeah. But is it a good switch?
Does it work, by the way? Have you tried it?
I tried it, and it does a weird thing. If you switch it on, it doesn't produce 5 volts. It gives you 5.6, 4.6 or something. And as soon as you put load on there, it switches to 5 volts.
Yeah.
So not that. Ooh, there's more on there than I thought.
Yeah. So little switch mode power supply. This is your transformer. These are your outputs. It seems, look, it's all isolated. There's a big gap there.
Whoa!
And there's no tracks hit. There's a huge air gap. Well, not air gap. There's a huge empty part of the PCB there and here. So you got really good isolation on that.
Yeah, this looks like it's usable.
Even look at this transformer. So this end of the transformer goes here into the live side, and you see how like the lead's extended all the way over there.
Whoa! I never saw this before.
No,
Let me get closer.
like a very long lead there.
Okay.
Which goes over to this side.
This looks like someone actually put some thought into that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, Thomas, exactly. Nice isolation gap. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I thought.
I didn't even.
I didn't expect this. I expected this would be some mess in there where you think, okay, don't connect this to anything. But
I think they've done a good job of that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're reliant on the insulation and the galvanic isolation on the transformers on anything, but I think that's pretty good.
Okay, usable. Okay, good thing we didn't ruin it.
No, we didn't ruin it in actual fact. That's just car wash, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
We need car wash to ruin things.
Yeah, Chris, absolutely. All the outputs are connected, so in theory, one device could charge the another. True, absolutely. Yeah. So I don't expect a high-end charging circuits on there, but you know.
No, it's a simple 5-volt charger.
Yeah. Just for doing the simple things.
So you said it outputs about 4.6 volts, and when you plug a load in, it goes to 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason it's doing that, I would say, is that the controller on this has a burst mode.
Yeah,
Switch
probably.
mode controller. So with no load, it just keeps it running enough just to keep some charge in the output capacity. But there's no load.
Yeah.
So it's just triggering every so often this burst mode. So it's, when there's nothing plugged in here, the controller is actually not in standby, but it's only triggering every now and then.
Yeah.
So it draws very, very little power. And then when you connect a load, it goes into the full mode, and that's when the voltage
I
comes
even
up to
like
5.
this, yeah. Thomas says, but you need to turn on the transformer like the other channel for isolation there. Not going to do this. The embedded hobbyist, would you have to see how far the double isolation goes in the transformer and how many layers of tape between pri and sec? Of course, this would, but this is destructive. And,
Destructive.
You know, I think I like this too much to be destructive
Yeah.
for that.
But we do have coming from Zoytech a combined multimeter and what's called a mega, which is a insulation tester.
Oh,
Remember, they sent me one. So this thing's not produced yet; it's coming out. So you can use this thing for pat testing. Isn't pat testing a strange thing?
It's a strange word, right?
Well, it is because PAT stands for portable appliance test. So it's like say portable appliance testing.
Of course.
It's like the test is part of the PAT.
Like LED diodes.
Yeah, like LED. Yeah, like LED diodes. Yeah, exactly like LED diodes. It's like correct.
Yeah, it's like PDF file, absolutely see voltage. Yeah.
Yeah, PDF file. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. PAT testing. Did they have Postman PAT in Germany?
No, we didn't.
Oh right.
Yeah, LCDs, of course. Yeah. And
LCD
pin numbers.
Yeah.
There's so many doubles here.
LCD displays,
Yeah.
pin numbers. Yeah. They have Postman Pat where you came from. The question is, what did they call Postman Pat after he retired?
Not Postman Pat.
No, just Pat. Pat.
Okay, you were misleading me there.
Yep. After he retired, Postman Pat is called Pat. Okay, so yeah, crap or not crap, guys.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Crap or not crap for less than €5. Oh, I forget all the screws back into it at least. Yeah,
I tried pat testing, but very first there's 3 kV across the arms. Ouch!
All you need is a mate called Pat, don't you? Say, hey Pat, come here, I need to test you.
Can you measure the ripple? I think we could do this. Do we have a USB lead that we can, since they're all in parallel, we just need to put some load on there and measure what's on there, you know?
Well, we used to have one, it was called multi-load, but you know what Carlos did to it? And it's still sitting in the box waiting to be repaired, that is.
What to use for? I don't know yet. Really, I don't know yet. Maybe charging my phone, because I don't want to go fast charging with my phone. I leave my phone normally charging at night. And I have a simple 5-volt device that charges with, I don't know, 800 mil or something.
Yeah.
And I think this is way better for battery life. So maybe charging my phone with that.
Yeah. And I'd say this is designed to draw as low power as possible when you're not charging anything.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a nice design, actually.
Yeah.
I have to say, surprised me that did.
You want to steal this now?
Steal what? Steal what? Right.
When does it cut out? It got no USB-C. It got USB-C.
Yeah, it's got a USB-C.
Well, it's a cheap USB-C.
It's not PD,
just, yeah.
but it's got a USB-C.
Yeah.
Well,
it has a USB-C socket. It will still only put out.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Lon says that I think we have the same philosophy about charging the things. I do not use high current chargers on devices I care about too much. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I should try and tighten the rest of the
Yeah.
screws on this.
I sleep at night normally, so I don't care how long it takes.
I'll let you figure out how to get the screws by the top. No.
I thought you would have this.
No, it's yours. You're the one who said you charge your phone at night. This will be fine.
Maybe 10 watts. Come on.
So
Good enough, you know.
it's good. Yeah, it's good enough.
Mediocritas and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Pull your phone up.
Oh, there's some writing on there.
Oh, there is some writing. White writing on a white background. What's
Can
it?
try
Let's
this.
see
Okay, let's see if we can get in there. If we can.
I'll just switch this on.
Oh, I see something.
Excuse
hold,
me.
Hold.
Oh, you hold it.
Hold.
What? Oh. It says model number USB total output 5 volt, 2.4 amp.
Ooh.
So about 12 watts.
Yeah, we know it. This is already fine. 2.4.
Yeah.
No serviceable part inside, of course not.
No serviceable parts inside.
Yeah.
And who made it in 3 Jumpu Road?
In some village, Fuyang village, Yumbu town.
West Industrial Zone.
China, of course.
Jumbu Town. Pudang. Guangdong, yeah.
Yeah, in some village.
In some village.
Yeah. Somebody sitting there and soldering these things all day.
I think that's fine.
I thought the same. Yeah.
What else do we have? Oh! This thing.
What do you do next?
Let's talk about this thing.
Okay, the thing.
The thing.
Hands our camera on the thing.
The thing. So,
let's try the top down. Yeah,
Top down.
you in shot.
And shall we zoom it in a little bit?
Oh, then you have to.
Yeah. I'm just going to zoom that.
Yeah.
Our manual zoom.
So our periscope is.
Periscope down. You don't worry about that. Okay, so AliExpress sent me this one. I have quite a good deal with AliExpress. So Temu offered me some deal to review stuff, and I get some commission off any that sell. Basically, I'm not paid to make these reviews. And I turned Temu down because I didn't like terms and conditions. Effectively, you got to say it was good, and I said, well, what if it's crap? And they replied, I don't think our, what was the word? They used a very good word for it. They basically said it wasn't priorities, but he said, we don't align well. We don't align well. I said, fine. Whereas AliExpress give me some money each month and say, go buy some stuff and review it. And it's entirely up to you what you buy, and it's entirely up to you what you say about it. So amongst the last batch, I got this one. And this is a curve tracer. I know what you guys have been talking about, curve tracers. Comes with a lovely little...
yeah, with a bunny, with a happy bunny.
A happy bunny book as well. Yeah, a happy bunny book, I mean. For putting your curves in. So the idea of this, it plots the current and voltage signature. It feeds an AC signal into the circuit, which you can set to be, I think it's 0.1 volt, 0.3, 0.6.
One.
And it plots
AC signals.
AC signals. So the great thing about these is you see you've got 2 common, which are both ground, you've got 2 probes. And these are ideal for comparing 2 PCBs. If you've got 2 PCBs, one working, one doesn't. Yes. There'll be no tracing of my curves. Are there any girls out there? Anyway, long story short, when I first got this, I switched it on and it worked. Okay, it worked.
I think I can zoom in there.
Zoom
I
it,
can
excellent,
zoom,
yeah.
I can zoom
So I switched it on and it worked, but the battery was on like 3 bars out of 4. Because obviously it'd been in transit for a while. So I thought, okay, I'll just stick that onto a charger. I didn't use a charger, I just plugged it onto the USB lead on my computer, which will charge my phone and whatever. And it said charging. And then I just read through the instruction manual. Now that didn't take me very long because that's the instruction manual. Okay, and it's only single sided. So I looked at the instructions. I thought, well, yeah, I know roughly how to use these. I've used one before. And then I looked back at it, and when I first plugged it in, there was a red trace on there. That's like the oscilloscope trace, yeah. And when I looked back at it, the trace had gone, and it's gone, and I can't get the trace back.
No red trace.
No red trace. So the thing works, but there's no red trace on the screen. Now you might think, okay, well this alters the position of the trace, and we've tried this very slowly, and we can't get the trace on the screen. And you had to play with this, didn't you?
Yeah, we smashed all the buttons.
We tried
loads of times.
Yeah. There's what looks like a reset thing now, but actually inside there's a little LED. But we've never seen it light up. So, any ideas, guys? What could go wrong with this? It works.
See what it says, factory reset. Anybody of you guys out there have one of those?
How do you factory reset? So, look, it works. You see, this is the internal resistance, yeah?
Orion says, does it have probe inserted detection? No, it doesn't.
No.
We're sure it doesn't. We can open this up and show the people.
We can put some probes in it anyway.
No, maybe it's interesting to have a look inside.
Well, let's stick the probes in anyway. Yes, well, we will look inside, but let's look at the probes. So this sets the internal resistance, the impedance of the test device. This sets the frequency, so all the menus work. This is single, dual channel. Short press here will reset it to default. Let's see, back to 500. So I can change these settings. Short press, back to default, hold in, switches off. So it functions, everything works, but there's no trace on the screen. And
Thomas
we can't
says
figure out why.
trial license expired.
Yeah, license expired. So,
Nice one.
anyway, I spoke to my...
Well, Dutch has a point there. Open it up and disconnect the battery.
Oh, doesn't he think we haven't both tried this?
Oh, we tried this, right?
Yeah, we both tried this. Yeah, we've tried it, but we'll open it up. So, while I'm opening it up, I already knew that if you get a review sample from what they call seeding money from AliExpress, you can't ask for a refund on it. Which makes sense because they don't want people where they give you some money to buy some stuff to review it and then you ask for a refund. Yeah, and you can't ask for another one either. So all they said to me is that you can't send it back and you can't ask for a refund, but when you get your next balance of seeding money, just buy another one. So they're paying for it. They just said, just buy another one next month. So that's fine. Well, this means this one's mine, so I will end up with one good one and one bad one. But what I'm trying to figure out is what's wrong with this. I mean, how can something like everything works but there's no trace on it? So I asked Death to have a look at it, and Jet, you confirmed that it doesn't work. Yeah.
Look at this, Dutch. First thing you can do, disconnect the batteries because it's already in there.
And there are two batteries, which I'm guessing is in parallel. So the first thing we can do is disconnect the batteries.
Okay, let me get you guys close.
So these are your two ground terminals, your two inputs. These are relays. And we can hear these clicking, can't we? When we select the different resistance settings, we can hear the relays click. And then we got a load of chips, but somebody seems to not want us to know what the things are.
You got the light over there.
No, I have that. Shall I get under the microscopes?
Oh, the microscope will work.
Yeah. One moment, guys. Let me show you what's in this.
Let me get the mouse for you, and let me go over there.
Okay.
You do the thing.
You do that.
Where you press F11.
F11. Function F1.
Oh yeah, 2.
We do that.
Sorry. Okay, we're on the right screen now. These are big connectors.
So this is what's inside it. We have lots of T4 diodes. I'm not sure these are transistors or MOSFETs. These are the relays, look. 5 volt DC it says on them. They're definitely relays. There's another one somewhere in the shot. Yeah, here. Omron.
On ones, yeah.
They're relays.
So 5 volt relays made in China. Yeah.
3 different. Yeah, and then we have 51 ohm resistors. Interesting. And then these chips. But look, somebody.
They don't want us to know.
They don't want us to know what these chips are.
And this looks laser. This looks like there are some
things
on there.
And then there's a processor which they don't want you to know what it is.
Yeah. Well, we're guessing the 8-pin you just saw flying by.
Which 8-pin?
There was one 8-pin that's
down here,
pretty close to the thing.
Lasered off. That's some sort of buck converter.
Yeah, probably we need to show this in as a wider shot because this is so detailed.
Okay, no, just one moment. Let me just raise the microscope.
Oh, you can raise the microscope.
All right, so we can. Just give me one moment, and I'll raise the microscope.
Oh yeah, better.
Let me raise all this up. Okay, is that better? Yeah.
We're already hearing the relays. So,
yeah, the relays we can hear.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a relays because I would love to see any trace there. Anyways, you know.
Yeah. So when I first got it, there was a trace. It was only when I just put it to charge up. It was 3/4 charged. I put it on there and read the book. And by the time I'd read the book one page, the trace had stopped.
The square thing is a beeper.
A beeper.
Above this is probably a voltage regulator as far as the CPU.
Yeah, I've never heard it beep.
Uh-huh.
Shall we get the thermal camera on?
You could.
I'm not sure tell, is it? Yeah, shall we get the thermal camera? So
That suggests you can draw a black Sharpie over the strips and maybe show the numbers.
do you think?
I'm not sure. I test things says I'm not sure they're official runs. Well, we hear them clicking, and I don't think that they are the problem.
Who knows what?
Yeah. My guess would be okay. Now wait right.
Okay. Let me get back to where these markings are. Okay, so we focus in. Right, focused on one. There's one of the chips. So you see,
There's some light.
yeah, yes,
Yeah,
what?
this is lasered. You see that? Or mechanical. But no, this is lasered.
It's all ground off.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to see the markings in that.
I think this is not possible. LED screen damage. See, I don't think so, because the screen looks for everything else is displaying. It's pretty nice, and I think with a pot on there, so the thing over there, you probably will be able to move the whole shebang.
Yeah, I thought the trace was maybe like off the screen, but
yeah, this was our first thing. Yeah.
Didn't we actually think about it? Actually, sorry guys, let me just get the.
What are you doing?
That's the screen. I need to turn this down, and then switch it on. Oh no, the battery's disconnected.
The battery's here.
You were talking about the screen being a problem, but I don't think so. So the batteries have been off for quite a while now, guys. Obviously. We've had the batteries disconnected, so I will reconnect the batteries. Okay. Batteries reconnected.
Let me show what Rich is doing here. Oh, sorry.
So guys, so yes, I've reconnected the batteries. Can we see it under this thing now? Screen.
Yeah, we thought this would be a software glitch too, yeah. But it's probably this is the wrong camera.
Right, so that's the screen.
So it can display all the grid. So if it can display the grid, I'm pretty sure it can display a red line.
Yeah, and it can change.
Yeah, so it's not crashed. You see, it's doing something. Man, focus. Sorry, my HD is kicking me in the
Yeah.
mouth, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So everything seems to work, but it doesn't work.
What's the voltage of the batteries?
Well, the shoe's fully charged now. I can say that much.
Yeah. RTFM, well, there's not much manual, and curve tracer should display a curve.
And it did. Let's look back over the camera.
Can you check the potentiometer?
We looked at this, didn't we? We thought, is the potentiometer broken so that effectively it doesn't work, so it's off the screen. Right, so because of the way it's constructed, we thought we might have to send it back. We didn't try to get it apart. But now we know it's staying here anyway, and I shall just get them to send me another one. Let's see if we can get it apart.
Okay, so get rid of the
because the potentiometer is a surface mount one attached to the other side. I see what you're thinking. I see what you're thinking that. Oh, short the inputs, and it should give you a vertical line. Yeah, we've tried that. It doesn't give a line. Yeah, we've tried it. In fact, let's just do this so people can see.
Yeah.
So I'll just connect it back up again.
Can I show the people the PCB for a second?
You certainly can.
So my guess now I have to fiddle around with the camera and point something. This is very, very bad.
Okay.
Now can't do focus anymore. Oh, there it is.
Okay, got it.
My guess was that this is over here with something like an ADC or something, but it has a crystal side beside that, so maybe not an ADC. Could be this one, no idea what these guys are doing here. CPUs over here, could be anything. Could be an 80 mega, could be an STM.
Will these chips be driving the relays? But you think you only need one chip, like
you don't need three.
Like a ULN 200
something like that, a driver chip.
Yeah, 7 dollars.
You wouldn't need this.
And you can hear the relays.
Yeah. Well, okay, come on, you wanted to get the thing out of there.
Okay, somebody's asked me about shorting the inputs. Yeah, we thought about this. So, with one of these, if you short the inputs, you should get a vertical line. Okay, so we go to here. Let's short these. So, leads shorted. Makes absolutely no difference. Now let's try adjusting the pot. That would be really embarrassing when the line shows up now. It doesn't. because I've already tried this.
Why does it have two batteries? This is actually a good question. Does this need negative voltage? It's kind of
Oh, probably does need negative voltage. It's generated in AC, so I'd say it does have a negative. Oh, that's
This
interesting.
negative voltages are biting me in the butt all day, man.
Are the batteries in series? Let's get the voltmeter and find out. So volts. Oh, yeah, that makes sense because having said those generating AC, because there's no reference to ground as such, it could just be a single supply. So if we stick,
sorry for the reflection on the multimeter.
So we stick this in here and stick this in here. 4 volts.
4 volts, so it's charged enough.
8 volts. So yes, the two batteries are in series. Yeah. So yes, they're in series. So effectively, yes, they're giving a plus and minus supply with the two batteries. Yeah. So yes, and the voltages are both there. Yeah. So assuming that the junction between the two is ground, we have a buck converter here. Yeah. What's that giving? 3.98. We have another buck converter here. What's that giving? Minus 4.16.
Okay.
Relative to here. Don't see any other voltage rails. But I think the fact we know there's a display on it, we know it basically works. Okay. Shall we get some PCB out?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, there's one more buck converter here. I'll just go back to it.
Regulator near buzzer. Yeah, this is probably 3.3 for the CPU.
We're going to find out that. Or 1 point something.
This one.
This one. 0.8.
0.8.
We know the CPU's working.
You don't need 0.8.
That seems a bit low, but
this doesn't seem right.
But we know the CPU works because we get a picture on the screen.
Can you check this one?
Which one?
The
oh, this one. Yeah, this one.
Probably 3.3.
0.8.
0.8. This is wrong.
Minus 0.8. So so it's 1.6 with reference to somewhere. If you see what I mean, because I've got a minus 0.8. So with reference to here, it's negative. With reference to here, 4.9.
5 volts. So
5 volts with reference to there on the output. What's on here? 3.3.
Okay, so this is
There's a 3.3
for
volt
the
supply.
CPU, I'm guessing.
And this point here is effectively the ground reference for that. Okay, that's
the 0.8 volt stinks.
Yeah, but the 0.8 volts is measured with reference to what I think, which is the junction of the two batteries. I don't know in the circuit what effectively is the ground point, because I don't have a ground. I don't have any data sheets for it. I don't know what anything is. I mean,
other side. Orion is right. Let's get the PCB out.
Exactly.
If we can lose these,
yeah, we can't. We can do. Let's get the PCB out. Let's see what we have. I mean, it is interesting that they just said they'd see the money inside another one.
Swap batteries. We saw battery voltage on both of them, Rory. So don't think so.
No, there was the same battery voltage on each one as well.
Expect is just an 8 volt supply. Yeah, something like that. I'm with you, Embedded Hobbyist. Yeah.
Well, I'm just getting this apart. So before this thing wasn't working,
you need to get rid of.
Yeah,
these.
I know.
These.
Yeah. There's some pliers. Put me some pliers.
You need a plier, yeah. Just reverse engineering it. Well, I normally say, okay, you probably can get away with learning a lot of these things, but with all the grind of chips, well, there's a lot of guesswork included.
Yeah. These things, by the way, were about 80 or 90 euros was the price of the units.
Whoa.
They do a cheaper one, which doesn't have a built-in display, which you connect with an oscilloscope. But the oscilloscope needs to have XY feature. So let's go for the one with the embedded one. So there's another one for about 30 or something like that. So anyway, they gave me, this AliExpress gave me a budget of $700 for this next month. and they said go choose some stuff and review it. So I thought, well, I'll look at stuff that you guys or a lot of you would be in the, within the budget you might want to spend, or you could afford. So I selected 3 things. One of them is a ultrasonic cleaner, which is a 22-litre one. It wasn't the biggest, but from what I can see, that is the smallest size that you can fit in an ATX motherboard in. And ATX motherboards are probably the largest PCB I ever see, really. So I have one of those coming. I'll ask you guys something about that. I have a hot plate coming, a big one, again, big enough for up to, oh look, this just came off there. But they're both commons are common. One of the tags fell off.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I have a hot plate coming.
So we can make steaks in the office.
So we can make steaks in the office.
Perfect.
And I have a bench power supply coming. So all these 3 items were roughly about 130 each or something like that. The hot plate was about that price. The ultrasonic cleaner was about that price, and the 3rd item I asked them to send me is a bench power supply, which gives up to plus and minus. Well, it's a dual supply, so you got dual up to 120 volt 3 amp, and I thought that might be interesting for repairing power amplifiers.
This is interesting. Greg says also need the cleaning solution for the ultrasonic cleaner. You do not want isopropyl alcohol.
Oh, this is what we're going to talk about.
See, this is what I said.
Okay, right. So George, yes, the hot plate is big enough for PC motherboards. That's
Steaks, Dutch. Steaks. It's not a question of.
It's big enough for PC motherboards.
Yeah, if the steak is big enough like a PCB motherboard, I'm in.
So we did a little bit of a look around to see what sort of liquid should you put into an ultrasonic cleaner for PCBs, and the best AI told us was a mixture of isopropyl alcohol and water. Sorry, distilled water or deionized water. So guys, what do you stick in an ultrasonic cleaner?
For PCB cleaning.
For PCB cleaning.
Okay, this was anticlimactic.
Anyway,
just stop making me hungry. We don't have the hot plate yet.
The hot plate's coming. So the 3 items are coming, and that leaves about 100 euro spare. So I'll order another one of these for the other 100, and then we've got it.
You maybe want to invest in liquid for the ultrasonic.
Yes, we might need it. So what liquid do we stick in the ultrasonic cleaner?
What do you think about the PCB? It's black. Yep, I would choose the same. Yeah,
that's the other side of the PCB.
Yeah, there's not much going on.
No, but what we want to test is whether. Oh, another one fell off. These things fall off really
this absolute
well.
Highest quality. Oh, what's this thing saying on the front? Okay.
What's it saying? On off.
Yeah.
Frequency plus and minus. Resistance plus and minus. A common and B. Well, B, G, whatever you call it.
Greg says on the ES you can something like Branston, which is meant for cleaning PCBs. Okay. Andy says, hi guys, not long time viewer, but first time I've catch live, sat here waiting to pick up my Chinese takeaway.
Oh!
Andy, we're talking about state all the time, yeah.
Andy, what's on your takeaway? What were you selected? Interesting to know what your choice is.
Getting hungry here, man.
Yeah.
So Branson, we should remember Branson, okay.
Richard Branson?
I don't know.
No. Branson.
If she makes a cleaning solution for PCBs, well.
Okay, what I'm going to do with
this. You
this.
probably want to measure the thing, right?
Is measure the thing. So I'm going to go from here to here. And that reads 2 ohms or something.
Oh, okay.
That reads about 10k, probably for the pot, yeah. So this should read about 10k. Yeah, and if we turn it more that way over, this should read about 0, I think it was about 2 ohms. Yeah, and this should read about 10k. So the pot works. Yeah, pot's working.
Chris says virgin cleaning solution. Is this only for virgins?
Oh, he's Richard Branson, correct. No, he got the Branson thing. Well done, Chris.
Okay, sorry, Chris.
The only virgins we get here is olive oil. And with olive oil, not to get virgins, you get extra virgins.
The pure IPAs in its cleaner. They're quite dangerous if used indoors. Oh, that's true. IPA is will create some vapor. True.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly get plenty of corroded PCBs here, so I thought an ultrasonic cleaner. And as I say, I think a 22 litre wasn't the biggest one they made, but I think that's the first size that will take an ATX. And I always think ATX is probably, you know, the biggest buzz I'm likely to see. So, well, we have 2 clips still on. So if
50%, yeah. Chicken cow main for me and crispy lamb.
chicken chow mein.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, crispy lamb with special fried rice.
Yeah.
Oh, crispy lamb. Mm.
Okay, this is going to be a short stream.
Broken tracks or cold soldered joints on the curve. It could be side voltage. All I say is it worked when it arrived, and then I said I just connected it to the charger, looked at the instruction sheet, looked back at it in the trace. So the trace was about 80% of the width of the screen. It was red, and I've seen other videos of pictures of this, and they have a red trace on them.
Greg asks, did you get a basket for the cleaner?
The basket comes with it.
Okay, okay, good.
The basket comes with it.
Absolutely, Lon. With the corroded circuit boards over here with all the salt in the air, this is when Richard told me about the idea. I said, "Yeah, you're absolutely going to need this," and you're going to ask yourself, "Why didn't I get this before?"
Could possibly be the case. Yeah. So, what do we do with this thing?
Try pressing the IC for the LCD. Well, the LCD isn't a problem. I don't think.
I don't think the LCD is a problem.
We saw something red on the display. We saw something red on the display, right?
Oh, do you mean you can't see the colour red?
Let's try it.
Well, it shows white. Isn't that red, green, and blue all together?
Probably. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, this goes.
Maybe by contact. Well,
yeah.
If it's that easy, well.
Yeah, this is not like a fix. I mean, obviously the red trace is like an oscilloscope trace, basically.
Put 30 volts on it and see if something heats up. Of course, this is
on off. See,
there's some red in there.
Yeah, red. Where it says batteries in red.
Yeah, so it isn't something like failure of the red channel or something.
No.
No.
And you can see white.
Yeah.
Which is RGB.
Let me get in there so people believe us when we say you can see white. Yeah.
So on the horizontal, between roughly between the 2 end lines or somewhere, that's where the red trace was.
See what it says. Does a curve tracer exist that you can connect to a handheld oscilloscope? Why not? You said the other one doesn't have a display and you would connect it to a display.
Yes.
So there's your.
I have an analog one, but the oscilloscope you need to connect it to has to have XY mode.
Oh yeah, true.
And most digital oscilloscopes either don't have XY or they don't implement it properly. Press the ribbon cable, okay?
No, we see red.
We see red here, so I don't see that.
We would see very, very much a broken screen. It would be very, very distinguished. Would be very, very easy to detect. I don't have the words right now. You know.
Push on the processor. No, pushing on the processor, but I'll set us to the middle position. I mean, I don't know.
Could be a broken trace on the ribbon cable. Look at this. We have all the pixels over there.
We have red, green, blue. We have RGB and white.
A broken trace on the ribbon cable would make the whole half of the display gone wonky, and this isn't wonky. And we can change things. So yeah.
Yeah, I test things. For me, it's a software problem. I agree with it. All he says, when I first plugged it in, I had the red trace there. And when I looked away for a minute or two, I didn't.
You broke it.
Yeah, but I wasn't touching it when I broke it. I broke it remotely. All I can say with this thing is when I get another one from them to review, because I really wanted to review this, I thought you guys would be really interested in this. When I get another one, maybe we can get a scope and make some comparisons, but the fact that all the chips have all the markings removed from them.
Give it a bang on the desk.
Okay, yeah.
Percussive engineering.
Ready?
Oh my god! Wait. Got a cramp in my hand now. At the end is always a capacitor.
Yeah.
I don't see a red line.
I don't see a red line.
Which brings me back to Project Hail Mary, by the way.
Yeah, it's like you think you should do a reset, but we've disconnected the batteries for long enough. I mean,
yeah, so much more reset isn't possible.
Don't know, guys. I hate to say it, but in this instance, I don't have a clue. I don't have a Scooby as to why this doesn't work. And normally I have some, okay, well, let's try this, let's try that, but this one, don't have a Scooby.
The 0.8 volts is a wonky
This
thing.
0.8 volts, we were measuring it between, let's just do this again. Because
Okay.
this 0.8 volts thing, sorry, all the leads are all tangled, right.
Rory, we did the short test leads, yeah.
We did short test leads, but
Yeah.
okay, so I'll tell you what I will do, because one of these things is actually broken off,
You
yeah?
got a ground connection there.
Yeah. I don't know if that ground's relative to the ground.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
What I can try is, this is channel 1, and one of the commons is broken off, yeah? So let me just connect that to there, yeah? To that ground. And again we try to adjust it. Nothing. So a bit slower. No. What's the difference? What's the resistance? Well, the resistance between the ground and the inputs, as far as I can see, is what you set on this menu here. Sorry, this one.
You can actually hear the little relays clicking.
Oh, we can hear the
in
bleeper.
background.
As well. So the bleeper works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sets like the impedance of the device.
Steve has a good one. And the voltage on the pot wiper.
Oh, yeah. Well, the pot hasn't gone open, Rory, because we just measured the pot and the pot reads fine.
No, if there's voltage coming in there.
Is there any voltage on the pot?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is that pot? Oh, it's on this side, isn't it? Yeah. Well, if you measure across the pot, yeah, 3.2 volts. So if you go to the wiper, 1.5, that voltage will depend on where we put the pot.
I can't get good focus here.
Can you see that? So the voltage on the wiper now is 2.9. Yeah. So the voltage on the wiper goes negative, -1. I'm in the negatives, and then it goes 0. So yeah. So the voltage on the, can you see the meter?
I try and hear, but
Okay, right. There's the meter. Yeah. So the voltage on the pot goes more negative, comes through 0, and then goes positive. Yeah.
ooh.
Well, that's negative. Then it goes negative either way. The voltage on the pot is always negative, but it varies.
Orion, we tried this. Yep, sorry.
0. That's interesting the way the voltage works. So you see what's happening? Starts at 0. It's reading a negative voltage. We know this has a plus and minus supply. And as I get towards the middle here somewhere, 1.1, something happens somewhere here. Let's get the point right. 2. There, see it goes to 0. I'll come back the other way. There was an instance where it reads 0. I can't. Did you see it before?
I didn't. What wasn't listening?
Yeah, there's a point where the voltage goes there. You see it again. I'll just come through here. 1.629. There. There goes minus 2.1.
That's weird.
There's a point where the voltage just flicks to 0 there. Oh, is it my meter switching range? Oh, it's my meter switching ranges. So I'm on 4 decimal points.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm on 3 decimal points.
Okay.
So that's an artifact of the meter.
Yeah.
That it switches that 0. So, yeah, the pot works. Okay.
Okay, to get this to a point, Orion has put a diode on to test. Some said put DOT, diode universal T.
I can, but I mean, surely if I short the leads or I actually open the leads, it's the same thing. I mean, I had a trace, right, when it first arrived, I had a trace with the leads open and it was a horizontal line. That's what you should have. So when I did have a trace, I had the trace with no device on to test.
Okay, thermal cameras is another thing that people want to see.
Thermal camera, right, yeah.
Device under test, thank you.
truly shorting the leads is the same as putting the device on the test. Yeah.
True. Yep. People don't believe us.
Okay.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't believe it either. Okay, so the thermal camera is probably easier to do with the one attached to my phone.
And bring a diode.
So bring a diode. I can bring a diode then. I don't know. Yes, guys, of course. That's what we're here for. I'll just bring a diode, guys, we can try it.
Peter, good evening, my friend.
Right, ready, we have a diode.
Steve, there's so many new names out there. Wow.
Ready? Diode.
Okay, diode between A and COM.
Nothing. I can't adjust the thing at the same time now.
Where's Carlos when you need him?
Yeah. You see, we get a trace out.
No trace.
No trace.
No trace, no joy.
Yeah. But as I was saying, guys, when it first arrived, it worked for a short time. With these open, I had a horizontal trace, which is exactly what you should have. And if you short them, you should get a vertical trace.
Put this again.
What? The diode?
The thing again, because I have no idea if A and B is connected, and I don't want to be the one.
I'm not using B, I'm only using A.
Okay. Yeah, well.
I'm not even using B, so it doesn't matter if you're on A, B, or A. It won't make any difference.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Oh, also in the manual it tells you when you're in single channel mode that it outputs a pulse, a 5-volt pulse.
We measured this, right?
Every second on there, and it does. Pulse comes out. We measured it, and it does exactly what it says in the manual. The pulse comes out of it. Okay, I'll just.
Bin time, Gordon. Yes, I was there about 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Okay. Right. Switch it over, and then let's look at something else. This is taking all of it. Let's have it. Let me take the macro lens off just to get a bit of an overview, yeah? So you have to do it this way, otherwise the picture isn't the right way up. Right, so voltage regulator has a bit of warmth, but that's exactly what you'd expect. The processor has a bit of warmth, and the voltage regulator has a bit of warmth.
The CPU must do something because we see a display.
We see a display. Yeah. And the voltage regulator, let me just put the macro lens on. So everything else is cool. Here we go, so voltage regulator point is, why don't I see any numbers? It's not very, oh I do, the numbers are up here. 37.8 degrees, and this one is 38 point something, so no, there's nothing getting hot. All the things, look, that little chip by the other inductor's got a little bit of heat. So all the things you expect to have a little bit of warmth, yeah? No, it looks fine.
Battery low. Dutch, we saw 4 volts on both batteries, so no, they're not low.
And the battery indicator says it's charged. Yeah. Okay, let's move to something else.
And now something completely.
And now for something completely different, because I can't even.
We didn't plan this long, right?
No, but it was interesting. It was interesting. Let me just come out of that thing. Somebody text me. Oh, okay, right, fine. Okay.
You don't want to read your text on screen.
No. I didn't read my text on screen. Not that anybody sends me anything that interesting.
Steve, if one of these transistors would fail, the other ones would still work. I don't think that 5 of them still fail at one thing. So, as for a software update, well, as far as I can tell, this looks like the USB-C connector is just there for power.
When I connected it to charge on my computer, it popped a message up saying device not recognised.
Yep.
The trace was still there, but it also showed it charging.
Mm.
If it's in the battery, it showed the battery charging. Let me just find somebody to put this stuff in, and we get. What do you want to look at? Do you want to have a quick look at the handheld LCR meter, see if it's stable?
Oh yeah, of course, you want to go there, right?
Yeah, we want to go there. Right guys, give me a minute and then we're going to get the handheld LCR meter, the one that I said was not stable when you're reading low value resistors. And I know the guy Dave at Eve blog, he actually
Just need to go down.
Yeah. He reviewed this, he had problems with it reading capacitors. Jazzy Jane said it worked very well on low value
Please
resistors.
go for this one too.
Okay, thank you. So let's just have a quick look at that. So I have everything prepared for this one. It is in here. Okay, camera. Okay, right. Bit of space. Did you guys see the review of this one? The LCR meter. That to me, I just can't get any sort of stable reading. Especially, I was using this on low value resistors. It says it should read down to like 10 microohms or well into the milliohms. And some people said that I should do a factory reset on it. So let's do it. So switch it on. We go into auto setup. I think it's this button. Yeah, here we go. And then we go to version, language, brightness, restore. I believe restore. That
sounds good. Yeah.
Do you guys call that the factory reset? Enter. This operation will lost configuration and user data.
Fine. You've got nothing to lose.
Okay. I think press that button to do it. Oh.
Oh, Chinese.
It's now in Chinese. So it's now in Chinese. So. Ah, okay.
Oh, great.
Oh, great. So we now, so we've done the factory reset, and now everything's in Chinese.
Well, it says something with version 107. Did we try to update this?
No, we didn't try to update this. Oh, language is English. So you go to restore. Calibrate. I've already. Oh, it's the right hand arrow to enter. Okay. No, I'm sure you just press that one. Yeah.
The Fixer, good evening, my friend.
Yeah.
Ah, there's a calibrate thing.
I've tried calibrating this thing, but let's do it again. So we're going to calibrate this on a short circuit, yeah? So
use this at the same time while doing the thing here.
We can't, because it takes about 45 seconds to do it. So I'm just going to connect the leads. We're going to calibrate this. Okay, so we're going to connect the leads together. So we have the two
DO82 DQ
DQ02. So I have the leads connected together at the end. What's that we can see on the screen there?
Oh, I think I somehow managed to switch cameras.
Okay.
Nice.
Overhead.
Sorry.
So leads connected together. Yeah. And then we go to calibrate. Enter. And then we choose short. Okay. And we press you press this one, the one I was pressing before. That's under calibrate, yeah? And then start. And then you wait about 45 seconds. So now you can do something in between.
Well, I tried to have a look if there's a firmware update, but suddenly switched cameras, so I'm stopped doing this right now.
Is Jazzy here?
Jazzy Tech. Hi guys.
Oh,
She's
hi.
there. She's there.
Hey,
yeah.
Jane, how are you doing? Hi, Jane.
Everybody say hello, please.
Yeah, hi. I say to Jane Jazz Tech. She makes a lot of reviews. She has a lot of experience with the equipment, and you have a lot of test gear there, which I don't have, Jane. So, yeah, this is the thing we had all the problem with on my review. So, what do you think? Are we doing it right? We're going to calibrate it. We're going to measure these and see what we get. Yeah.
Oh, it's green now. Okay.
Okay, it's green, so it's saying short. Okay, so that should be calibrated now. And then you press this button to come out of calibration, and it says 0. Okay. Resistance
she says
0.
she got her DQ02 there too. Okay.
Okay, so it's 0, resistance 0. It's set to series resistance. You can change that, by the way, from here, series or parallel. I think it's this. One of them does that. Yeah, resist parallel series. But anyway, it's on 0, so let's try it. So this is the 0.22 ohm resistor, and I'm going to measure, it's a dual, so 0.22 to the middle. What do we have? Works today. Okay, it's working. And yes, on my video I actually did that reset. This is not something stupid like interference on my bench. Yeah, 0.105. So that is working really accurate. Just give me a moment. So I'm just going to put this on my workbench. Let me just, I want to see myself. This is going to be hard to film me, but do I have some interference?
I don't have that much cable here.
No, don't worry. I just want to try it over here so see what happens.
This is max that I can go with the camera.
Okay, let me see what happens on my workbench.
Let me see if I can point this around.
Yeah, no, it's working fine.
Bridge is over there somewhere.
Hey, it works fine, guys. I have no idea why it wouldn't work for me. I mean, you guys, what you saw the review, you saw me using these. In the video, I showed resettings on the short. The only thing I can think of is that bit where it said clear user data. So, can we get a camera again?
Oh, sorry. Overhead.
Yeah, factory reset. Yeah, that's the only thing I did different that I didn't do before was a factory reset. So hold the button in, you go down to restore and press enter. And that's the one thing I didn't do before. Press arrow, and then I'm assuming you get that yellow OK.
Rex says you had the bridge in the meter.
I had the bridge in the meter. What do you mean by I had the bridge in the meter?
I thought you would know that. I think it was scared, Richard, when it came out of the box first time. Yep, there's your explanation.
Yep, that's the best I can say. Okay, guys, so one to Jazzy Jane, nil to Richard. Fair enough. I can take that, by the way. No problem. So, for those of you who thought this thing didn't work very well, I must be having a bad day.
Happens to the best of us, my friend.
It does.
Happens
there
to
we
the
go.
best of us,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Which in the case it goes, there's a contact I'm not touching. So
oh, also, by the way, have you noticed I didn't put this in? I should have had this in to take the reading. According to the manual, I need to put this in. Let's just try that again. So, we put this back in here. That is... Shall we zero it with this in? What do you think, guys?
You need to gain shot there. This already looks pretty...
Looks pretty zero to me.
Pretty zero-ish, yeah. Oh, that's that bridge. Got you, Greg.
Oh. Okay, let's see if it works with that in. Yeah, 0.2160. And let's compare it with my milliometer. 0.4278. Let me get the milliometer. Which is here somewhere. It's here.
Use this one.
Yeah, use this one. Here's what I found from earlier. Okay, so 0.4205. Same one. Let's just zero it. So many leads here, I've got to get the right one. Yeah, it's zeroed. 0.420. Very, very close. The same. I mean, that's an extra digit of resolution. Okay, guys, this thing belatedly from me, get me. Yeah. I'll post onto the original review of that. Oh, what do you think? I'll just make another quick one for people.
I think you need to make another video.
Yeah, I'll make another quick video of this. So thanks, guys. Thank you, Jane, and thank you to the ones that responded to the original review of that. Big thumbs up from me.
You need a hotline, like where we can call in and shout, yes, this feels like it's time for that. Yeah, voice chat. My God, sitting here with 50 people, this is going to be fun.
Okay, so we have, what else can we play with? Oh! Do we have time for this?
We have time for this, yeah. We make time for this.
So, guys, we were at the flea market today. Flea market. Yeah, thanks, Jane. Yeah, no, and thank you to yourself as well for your advice on that. So this one, we got this from the flea market, and the first thing I said I saw this. I said, hey, Det, one of those YouTubers has one of these. And we figured, Dio goes wild,
yeah,
Dio gone wild.
Everybody knows him, right?
Everybody knows Dio gone wild. We paid I paid out of my own money €2 for this one. €2. So, can I solder with it? What do you think? Can I micro solder with it? Can Det micro solder with it?
No, I can't. I'm the king of crappy soldering irons.
Yeah, the Dexter power.
Super dodgy. Yes, George. Indeed. Yeah.
So, well, that diode gone wow guy does really well with one of these. It's almost like a
Judge, have a good evening. See you in a fortnight.
feature of his, yeah. Where's Jane in the UK, by the way, Jane? If you're still there, where are you from in the UK?
€2, too much.
Let's go. I have it. I have it. So it comes with 2 soldering iron bits. 2 tips.
It's to solder wire, not electronic. Yes, this is what I was guess. Yeah.
Well, diode gone well solders everything with it. So this one's flat. Can you see that?
Oh, you got different tips.
Yeah, this is a flat tip. And this is a rounded tip.
Okay.
I fancy the flat one myself. I've never used one of these.
Oh, there you're gone, indeed. Yeah.
It kind of looks like the sort of thing you'd
It's
want.
already breaking up.
Yeah. It kind of looks like the sort of thing you'd want to like stir cocktails with or something like the IFPDEOIV.
You can also burn leather or wood. Oh yeah, this probably is the best you can use this for. And have a look at the light.
Oh yeah, yeah. It said includes a light, and it really is a light. That is not an LED. Look, it's a filament light.
Yeah.
It mentions
It gives you
that.
an idea how old this thing is.
It mentions that in the instructions. Yeah, look here, look. Light.
Ooh.
And it actually is a light.
It says high thermal mass. It might help when soldering desoldering ground planes. This doesn't have a high thermal mass. I think this simply has a big transformer in there that simply dumps in a lot of energy. In there.
Oh, transformers are overrated.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, what can you see in there?
Transformer?
Big transformer.
See?
Right. Shall we get our test PCB some solder or something? One moment. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to see if I can micro solder with this. So let's. Okay. PCBs. Flux. Solder.
And now you're coming up with 0.6 soldering wire, right?
It's 0.6, yeah.
Inside there's buzzing sound of death. Yes, probably. Yeah. I'm glad to show you this. What is going to do if it works.
Okay, so
It's a heavy gauge. Okay. Okay. This is absolutely what the thing is not made for.
yeah, this is our test board. I think we've removed almost everything from that one.
Yeah, you're pretty empty on this one, yeah.
Yeah, we've pretty much used that. Oh, we are. We have a capacitor there. Yeah, we have a capacitor here.
Okay, I tried to film this somehow. This is going to be a pain in the butt.
God, I take some weight. You wouldn't want to hold this for very long, I tell you.
No, this is one big transformer.
The thing weighs a ton. Huh. Oh, the light lights up. Can we see that?
Ooh,
How long does it take to warm up?
that's a good question.
How long does it take to warm up the tip of this? The flat tip.
I think you need to hold this down for to activate.
And I'm holding it down, the light's on. I think it's warmed
Oh,
up.
it smells. It smells.
It's warmed up. It's warmed up.
It smells horrible.
Okay, so let's see if we can actually unsolder this capacitor. So I need to add a bit of leaded solder to this end.
Rory, this is not nice. Touch it with your tongue.
Okay, I've added some leaded solder. Other side. I've added it. Tweezers, right, so if I was going to do this with my normal soldering iron, I'd put it at that angle so I can warm both sides at once, yeah?
My eyes are watering already.
Ready?
Go. Got a shot. Jumanza says, who needs a soldering station? Hot plate or hot air station? Yes, indeed.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
have a Weller and 2 of the power segment via the trigger. Okay.
I'll put this under the microscope. We can see it in a moment. The components I removed. Stuck on the end of my.
No, come on, you can't.
Okay, we'll get to the minute. It's stuck on the end of my tweezers,
Of course it is.
and then let's clean up the PCB side. I just want a bit of braid. Let's see how it came out.
They can also auto-destruct themselves. They're great. No tickings. Oh, not a tickings. Okay.
Okay.
It's probably a manufacturer.
So this is where I will solder it from. Hold the button in. So it won't heat up actually.
I think I remember my dad had something like that, but this was in Germany and it's about 50 years ago. But probably.
Okay, so I've removed it.
I mean, this could have gone but worse.
Let's get the gate under the microscope. So which component is that? It's number that, oh, I can see where it was. I think C, what is that one? Okay, let's get it under the microscope.
You need to go down, way down.
Yeah, I do. Well, you know the fun's going to start in a minute, so I can't solve it back on again. Okay, so let's see how that worked out.
That's the request reset. This was somewhere there.
There.
Oh, well, yeah, C123. Yeah.
C1, 2, 3. So that's how we've done soldered.
Well, you know what? This could have gone worse.
And let's get the capacitor 1 moment. There.
It looks alive.
Can I solder it back on, do you think? Can I solder it back on?
A big plastic carrying case molded solder iron with extra tips. Aha, you want to use this for 10 years, but you know where it is.
So,
now put it on, Hinksey says.
yeah, this is what I thought they would say.
Yeah, of course, they want to see blood again.
They want to see blood again. Let me just get rid of some. There's so much stuff on the bench at the moment. I need to make a bit of space. 1 moment. Actually, we stick it back on again. I think the solder might be a bit too thick. Maybe I need the 0.2. Maybe I need the 0.2 solder.
No flux, says Warwick.
Oh, come on.
Backyard electronics, ever used for soldering, you can grind this down to a nice sharp little point and you can do fine soldering. Good luck. I think this could actually work, yeah.
Am I okay to use the microscope or to solder it back on? Let's see what.
You could try. There's enough space, yeah. And I can switch you to this one.
Yeah, but I'm not sure I can actually work at this distance from it. So that's the component.
Ooh.
No, I'm going to try doing it by naked eye. So let's get the camera on. My naked eyes are not very good.
Sorry, I can't get really close. I can get a bit closer.
I need something to get a thing in the tweezers flat.
Won't get sharper, sorry.
I'm not sure I can solder this back on with this. Without the magnification, I'll have a go.
Should I give you my...
Well, then the first thing I need to do is to get the actual pads flatter than they are.
You can try the...
Oh, those things?
The poor man's microscope.
Do they work?
For me, it works.
Okay.
We need to show the people what I'm talking about. No, show. Poor man's microscope.
I've never tried these. Does this actually even work? Let's see.
Don't.
Oh! Oh! Well, if you get to the right close enough.
This is what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, I'm sure I'll have a headache before.
Of course, yeah. This is a problem. You don't want to do this long.
You don't want to do this for long. Oh
yeah,
my God, no.
No.
Oh.
Let me get you in there. You tell me when I'm in the way, right?
Yeah, there you're fine. There's my components. Oh my God. Can I actually do this? I need to add a bit of solder on the end of the soldering iron first.
remember the one I had from my dad. That was the transformer that was always making a
Oh
noise.
yeah, no, it doesn't do that. Right, can I, if I get close enough to it. This is not going to be the best bit of soldering ever, guys.
If the thing works after that again. Yeah, you probably. Oh, it's on.
I know it's on. That's one side done.
Oh, it's not on.
Thought it was on. Come on. I think it's on now. I think it might be on. It's on.
Okay, sorry.
Turn it round, okay.
Yeah.
A bit more the oh, these things are awful to wear. You have this like really weird effect as you move your head further away, like use all horrible.
Yep.
Okay, right, so let me just get some seed. It's melting. Okay.
Rory, sorry for the shaky cam. I'm really close here, and oh, it's on.
It's on. I'm not sure it's quite in position right, but with a bit better magnification.
Londo says, yeah, we had to get creative back in the days. But back in the days, you didn't have surface mount.
Okay, so where is it? It's here somewhere.
1, 2, 3.
It's there.
Yeah. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
No, I completely missed. it's stuck down, but
Well, I think it would work.
maybe.
Push comes to shove, that's probably what you.
If I'd had some better magnification, then I think I could have done it. So yeah, this is like Deck described this sort of thing. This is a zombie apocalypse soldering iron.
Two, yeah. One, the other one, yeah.
You like the other one. So
Yeah.
like in the case of the apocalypse, and you need to fix something to get a radio working or something. This will do the job. Yeah.
Yeah. And in case of emergency, you simply smack the zombies.
Yeah, insert into the zombie's ears.
Ugh.
Yeah. So zombie killer and zombie apocalypse soldering iron. What do you think, guys? Did they do even half a decent job of that? There we go. It works.
Good job, man. Good job.
And crap or not crap, €2.
Too expensive.
Too expensive. Okay.
But now we have one, you know?
But now we have one.
Yeah, zombie apocalypse, bring it on now.
Yeah.
Doctor Who weapon you have there. Yeah, true, yeah. This would work as a prop with Doctor Who, with the old ones. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Torture device. SI, man, you have a very dark fantasy.
No, he's right. Trying to solder that thing with that was quite tortuous. But
I can move this up.
I just about did
I
it.
think you can move this up.
Yeah, we can move this up then. Okay, so.
So,
I say they're all.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. This was a fast one, right?
We have a couple of things we can look at. Or ask us anything. What do you want to do? Ask us anything? Or
You want to do an ask us anything? You guys, go for it. Ask us anything. Away. Yeah. While we clean up the desk, the mess,
yeah.
the chaos. We didn't even have beer.
Oh God, we didn't even have a beer today or a drink or anything.
What's going on?
It's
No,
too late
no.
now. Yeah, we didn't even get a beer or a drink. Man, that's.
These things are still around. Rory says he still abuses soldering guns, and he uses them. Okay,
What, to kill zombies
Yeah.
or?
probably.
Okay, I'll have to get something then. Yes.
Oh crap!
Yes. Why did you buy that and how much did you pay for it?
Oh, wrong camera. Right. Wait.
Why did you buy this? Death, why did you buy that and how much did you pay for it?
It's a Norris sound. Come on, we need this. Any question at all?
Norris?
Oh, what's the name of my neighbor's cat? What's the name of my neighbor's cat?
Tibbles. Mr. Tibbles.
Mr. Tibbles, of course. Yeah. Richard, can you do a video on LiPo charger board that don't work? I can't get my power tools to work again.
Oh, we looked at. I've done a few battery chargers.
So I'll probably tell the story now, right?
Yeah. Rory, what's wrong with this curve trace? That's what we're all trying to figure out.
I test things. I don't find anything interesting like anything interesting. I don't find anything like the review for any little curve tracer like this thing is 100 don't make sense. I don't understand what you're saying, mate. If somebody were to inject an AM signal into a circuit and follow the circuit with a detector, tuned to that frequency, find the signal fades in the circuit. This is your thing.
If someone would do the AM signal into a circuit and follow the circuit with a detector, choose that frequency to find where the signal fades in that area, yes, you could. You could. Bearing them. Depends on the circuit. I mean, if in an analog sort of circuit, you could, but I'm not sure it's appropriate in all cases. I mean, like you wouldn't expect an audio amplifier circuit to pass frequency in the megahertz range. Yeah, you could. The answer is yes, Warren Dog, you could. Well, I test things, I don't find anything interesting like the review for the N curve tracer used to detect circuits and wiring. Oh, yeah, Warren Dog, yeah, you can send like, yeah, if you want to test cables and things, you could send an AM modulated signal down it probably. Oh, yeah, the thing with the missing red line, yeah, I have no idea what do you mean you can't figure out what's wrong with it, or do you mean you're not quite sure why it would be an interesting device if it was working?
The problem with that is, with all the dusted, cleaned up headless chips in there, this is all guesswork.
We can't do anything with that.
So you can spend probably weeks in there trying to figure out how they did that, and you still don't have the software. So
even if you got a good one. Oh, yeah, you can't find anything on Google or anything about it. No, I can't either. I found a few reviews of it. If you look on YouTube, there are some people who've done very short reviews of it, but from what I saw, they didn't really know what to do with it, if you know what I mean. As soon as they send me another one, then we'll get onto it. I'm expecting probably August. Broken wire signal tracers for vehicles, yeah, you can. And don't they send like a, like you say, a high frequency signal down the wire? I did a video on how to find where the break was in the wire. Sorry, I could not ignore that.
Come on, 10 minutes to go.
Yeah. I had a well soldering gun like that. And I don't know how you guys learnt soldering. I practiced because I borrowed a soldering iron from my uncle who had one. Like one of the big zombie killer types, like an axe end on or something. Probably for soldering pipes. And I got, there was a bulb burn on the Norwich that I was out of. And I then got like some old valve radio I found on the tip and took components out of it and hammered some nails into a piece of wood and tried to solder the components to the nails. And it wasn't very successful.
But 100 euros is very expensive for the quality inside in any case.
Yeah.
Probably it's because this is not mass manufactured like for Nercy or Zoytech or something.
Yeah, but nobody else seems to make anything like that. If you, I test things. If you have a go on my channel and search for Huntron Tracker, you want to type that in? Huntron Tracker.
I can't.
Into the chat, you can't.
Huntron Tracker.
Huntron Tracker. If you search on my channel for this, Huntron Tracker, I actually made a video on how to build a DIY one very cheaply, and it works with an oscilloscope that has XY, and it works. So if you're interested, have a look at that.
Okay. 7 minutes to go. Ask us anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, why did you buy this? That was very weird.
Okay, they don't want to ask stuff. Okay, we go back to the.
Okay. So, Detwef, why did you buy this?
Sound. Yeah, look at this beauty. Friend of mine has some old Super 8 video. I was saying videos, films. Yeah, she got one from her dad, and her dad passed away. So
from a child. Yeah.
She was going for I have no idea what are on there, and I don't have a projector. So we went out to the flea market where you obviously can get everything, even a old Super 8 projector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
Yeah, so this is a Super 8 projector for the people younger here. This is film. So you put a film spool on this thing, then the film goes to the blah, 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 and it comes out here and it catches it on here, and then over here, wait.
And then you learn things about you.
Over here, there's a lens. So this is where the light comes out. The light comes from a halogen lamp in here, which I simply can remove with pressing this thing down.
Well,
can you press down there and pull
press down where here?
Yeah.
Press what?
Press and
What?
Go.
Does it keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
It's jammed.
You must have pulled down there. Yeah. I can't do this while I have the camera.
Okay, I can see the bulb. Yeah.
Let me try to do this without.
Oh yeah. So this is where you.
Don't ask.
So the person you're talking about, some friend of yours, this is where she finds out things about her father she never wished she knew.
Probably.
where she finds out what's on these old films.
Yeah. The biggest downside with the thing is it starts up, so I see some live here. I can switch on the thing on and off, and all this does something, but the motor doesn't start. So
does the light light up?
No, and this could be that it only lights up when the motor starts. I have no idea.
That makes some sense because you wouldn't want the light to shine onto the static film.
I'm not sure.
Because it sets on fire.
I remember back in the days with the projector I had when I was a child, there was some background light, so the bulb was running on low percentage. Oh, you want to check if the bulb is okay?
Oh, check the bulb. That seems like a sensible thing to do. So what's the resistance of the bulb? Open. The bulb's open circuit.
Oh yeah, so
the bulb is open circuit.
Probably the bulb is gone.
So the bulb is gone. That's your first problem.
Yeah, well, not a problem at all because I probably would slap on some high-powered LEDs.
Yeah, but maybe it has to detect this current flowing through the bulb before the thing will power up.
Ooh, clever.
Yeah, the bulb's gone. Didn't somebody say that if the bulb is gone, it probably won't start?
Oh, okay. Red switch.
Why don't you want to touch the bulb with your bare hands considering the bulb's no good?
Oh, you need to press the red switch before it does anything. Oh.
That doesn't move.
Well, and probably the bulb is dead. Those bulbs are high voltage. If the motor stops, the bulb burns the film. Okay, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So here's the bulb. Oh, these are like the Adam Disco ones. I might have some of these bulbs, you know.
Really?
Yeah, really.
This is probably a 12-volt thing.
Yeah, probably a 12-volt thing.
Doesn't say anything on that. This is a parabolic thing.
Parabolic reflector, but the bulb's no good, so you can touch. In fact, that's the bulb. This is just hollow. There's no glass on here, so you can touch this. I mean, you're not supposed to touch the halogen bulb, but you can always wipe them off. I don't see any markings on that.
I remember those bulbs didn't last long.
Oh, there's markings on the back of it. It says 12 volt 100 watt.
Yep.
I think I have some of these bulbs.
Par 50. Could be, absolutely can be.
I bet you can even buy these things.
Oof, they would probably be. MR16. We already. George has already the
you can buy
name
them.
for the thing.
You can still buy them.
Yeah. Mr. 16. Okay.
Mr. 16. Yeah. I have some of these, but I don't know if I have them here or if they're still in the UK. I used to repair disco lighting and stuff, remember, and we used to have bulbs in those things like this. And you don't want to replace it with an LED one, you want to replace it with a proper one, and it might work.
Yeah, and I don't want to spend so much time on this. This is true, yeah.
Well, let me see if I can find the bulbs for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is all we have for today.
Okay. Okay.
So we leave you guys with this beautiful image of the beautiful thing here.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah. 100 watt was this? Was very.
Yes, 100 watt, 12 volts. Facts. That's 12 volts. 100 watt.
Yeah. So yeah. Hopefully Carlos gets better. I don't know if you're listening, my friend.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.
And we're gonna get some beer now because we forgot to make our beer.
The man has the right idea. So guys, see you around in a fortnight.
Ciao for now.
Bye.